ain't no disco.
This ain't no country club neither.
This is RVA.
Welcome back, everybody,
To another
titillating episode of
of
Oh Lala in the Dungeon.
Season 2.
Episode 19.
Wow.
Cray.
Yeah, we've come a long way.
Yeah, we have.
It's been officially a year and a half we've been doing this crazy thing.
nuts. It truly is nuts.
Yes. So we have an esteemed musician with a crazy life story here with us this evening. Olivia, tell us some more.
Oh yeah, on today's episode, we have the pleasure of sitting down with Richmond native Jason Newcomb, guitarist and co-founder of RVA's Mashup and Cozy Condition.
Woo.
We love them. Hailing from Richmond, Virginia, Mashup and Cozy Condition is an electrifying 8-piece ensemble that melds vintage funk with modern production techniques. They are famous for mashing together songs in the same key. They also recently played at our best friend Cheryl's wedding, and Jason has been playing guitar since he was 12 years old and has been playing in bands since high school. In his young adult life, he battled with addiction. In 2012, he began playing music with vocalist Mike Hedrick. They started the band that we know today as Mashup with the goal of rocking out at a higher level. The band currently stands as one of the top bands in the Mid-Atlantic region. And Jason also owns Soul Shaker Studios, which is a hot spot for recording music in Richmond. Let us welcome Jason.
All right, welcome to the show.
Glad to be here. Thank you.
And also, Be Kind and Rewind. We're going to dive into that. Another band that they are part of. So
That's right.
That's right. A man of many talents.
Thank you.
Glad you could be here with us.
I appreciate it.
Thanks. All right, let's jump into our hot topic. So, shout out to RVA Coffee Stain for bringing this to our attention. But Richmond just got voted by CNN as the #1 best town to visit in the USA. I'm sure y'all have heard that by now.
I'm
'cause
not
Wow.
surprised.
It's everywhere.
That
But
is something.
did you know that somehow this is the same year that the Richmond gun hole came to fame? Coincidence?
No, it's
I
not.
think not.
It's been a year already.
Did you guys actually get to see the gun hole? Did you see it?
No.
I only saw pics, yeah.
Yeah, I saw pics,
Yeah.
yeah.
I wonder how it got there. Someone actually
Oh,
put it-
well, we talked about this on the show a little while ago, and there's like a whole, story about how it was like a disgruntled. It was a landlord.
Oh,
or
yeah,
one
yeah.
of the tenants, and so they made the gun hole.
Oh, yeah. Well, thank God they did that, because if not, I don't know if we would be voted #1 town. What do y'all think?
It was a factor.
Definite factor. I mean, that puts us up there with Chicago, because they had the rat hole?
The rat hole.
Oh yeah,
And so I think that one
gun
was
is better
filled
than
in.
a rat.
I know. Well, if you want to be a very popular city or town, you have to have some kind of hole.
A glory hole.
maybe. Apparently, any hole will do. I don't know. Well,
That's what she said.
all right. Well,
I'm in the right place.
yeah. We knew you'd fit right in.
Welcome to the dungeon.
Well, what are some of the things that y'all think make this one of the best towns?
Why is it called a town? It's a city. I don't.
It
get
is a
that.
thriving metropolis.
Yeah,
I know.
I love Friday cheers.
Yeah, that's always fun.
I think it sits in the middle of a really big city, which I've lived in a place that's a little too small.
I like
You
that
know what I
take.
mean?
Yeah.
Because you can be somewhere too small where you're like, there's not enough culture and not enough to do. But you
Right.
can also be in a city that's hectic as hell. And like LA, which I lived in, which is cool. But
Right.
I think Richmond's just in a nice spot in the middle.
A nice pocket.
Yeah.
So
Plenty
diverse
to
too.
do.
Everybody's here.
Yeah. And it's growing, you know. So there's
Yeah,
a lot. There's
and
a
it's
lot.
getting nicer and nicer throughout the years I've been here, and I haven't even been here that long.
Well, and there's way more live music and like festivals and stuff, because we didn't have nearly as many festivals when I was growing up. I mean, obviously, like the folk festival, which
Jazz
is
festival.
amazing, the jazz festival.
All the stuff at
Irish
Maymont,
festival.
Yeah. Dyer's Festival. I know it's like my fave since it's basically in my backyard.
Yeah.
I think they got the right people developing the city.
Oh, yeah, for
It's
sure.
got to be, because you can do it wrong, and it just seems like things are getting done right, and
Agree,
it's working.
yeah.
So that's got to be part of it.
Yep, and of course the infrastructure, thanks to my amazing husband.
Oh, yeah.
The civil engineer.
He's
amongst
responsible
his-
for the wonderful.
I lay a lot of pipe. You can say I'm in utilities.
Thanks, Big Daddy.
You're welcome.
All right, well, we know this city is grand. Let's move on
We built
to
this city.
yes, the main event, our interview.
Oh, yes,
with
and
our esteemed guest.
My famous first question: are you
Yes.
from Richmond? And if not, what brought you here?
Yeah, born and raised right here.
Wow,
On the playground?
Yep, 1965.
was
Wow.
a
A
good
little
year.
bit of an old guy. Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah, but this
You
is
look
home
good.
for me. I've gone a lot of places, but it's nice to be back here. So,
Cool.
Where'd you go to high school?
Oh yeah.
Hermitage High School.
The
I
Herm.
live
Yeah.
across from there.
And that was probably the far west end at that time.
Yeah.
So,
I dated many a boy from that high school. I went to Tucker.
Ah.
So we're
I
rivals.
also dated a boy from Hermitage High School.
That's right, you did.
Hi, Haroon.
I'm sure he's listening. I know, it's crazy because when I. Sorry, I made it funny.
He's got to be.
Yeah, when I was growing up, I moved out to Short Pump, and that was like crazy because it's changed so much.
Yeah.
So it's crazy looking at the old pictures from when my mom was growing up. I won't tell a lady's age, but she's slightly older than you. She went to Tucker as well. So
Maybe I went out with her or something.
no, maybe I don't know. We'll have to have a little meet and greet next time she comes out with us to hear y'all play.
Jason, how did you fall in love with music?
Oh, man.
How old were you?
I think, I went over to this girl's house. I was into music kind of, but I went over to this girl's house when I was like 12, just hanging out, like school crush kind of thing. And her older brother was playing music, and I just was drifting off from being interested in her to, the music I was
Yeah.
hearing, because he was older and he was playing some Aerosmith, and it was just like I was listening to my mom and dad's AM radio, and I was clueless and a little FM, but just on the radio, and finding things, and then all of a sudden this guy's playing he's the Mecca, so I'm like, what's he doing? And just that was the beginning. It was an immediate,
So you liked
it was
rock.
it was like a light switch, because from that moment on, I was up at the record store and asking questions and just interested in guitar more. And
So when did you start playing guitar?
right around then, because my
Wow.
sister had a guitar and I was playing drums in elementary school, and I immediately was like, wait a minute, that sound, the guitar especially, was something I gravitated to, and I just got interested.
And was Aerosmith like your
Fave.
Yeah, but it was all of it too, including not just hard rock. I mean, just everything. It could have been Elton John. I mean, it could have been stuff even mellow. Just music was a fascination and kind of an escape for me too.
Yeah, I
So,
feel the same way.
Yeah, I found it was kind of a way to get escapes a little bit. So
And you could listen to some good vinyl then.
yeah.
Especially when you're young, when you listen to music, your imagination runs wild.
Yeah.
At least mine did.
Yeah.
I would like make up little music videos in my
Oh
head.
my
of
God, I did that all the time.
Right. Well, as a guitar player, you're trying to learn a solo. You might play it 100 times. It's easy now. They got tablets are out. Somebody's
Yeah.
showing you. We had to pick the needle up and move it back a little, put it down, listen.
Oh my
pick the
gosh,
needle
I
up.
didn't even think about that.
I didn't even have the tape recorder at first, so it was very
Wow.
a lot of work to decipher a guitar solo.
It's also like a really beautiful thing. It's like
Uh-huh.
more art, like the artistry. I don't
Yeah.
know how to explain it. Old school.
A little more mystery involved too. Nobody's showing you how to do it.
Yeah, you're
Right.
kind
Yeah.
of figuring out your own ways to make shit happen.
Yeah.
Well, that I feel like makes you more talented because
It
you
does.
actually really learn something versus like going on autopilot, being
Right.
told
Being
where to
handed
place
to,
your hands
yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah. You search a lot. The search is important. So you're searching a lot more than just Googling and, okay, that's how this is done.
Right.
Same with recording. In an analog world, it would take 5 guys leaning over each other, twisting
yeah.
knobs, because you're going to tape in real time. So if you're going to have this effect and this pan and this vocal, you're doing a final
Yeah.
mix. It's an art form. now you could do all that, individually, and
True.
it's all good.
I
though.
bet people
I'm
I bet people still do the old school way.
I'm a hybrid. Yeah, I've got a lot of analog gear in my studio, and
I'd love to see that
Yeah.
someday. We got to take a tour.
I enjoy living in the analog world.
Yeah.
As you can see, these are my interview questions. I don't type them up.
Oh.
I like to.
She scribbles them
use
last
the
minute.
pen, the feather and the quill.
yes.
Okay, so why did you said that you moved out to LA? Why did you move there?
Well, I was trying to make it at the time. I was in kind of a hair band, kinda. I want to say kinda because we were.
That's awesome.
I was in Ragdoll in the 80s.
Oh my god!
And, we were.
wow.
Holy shit!
Yeah, and I was the epitome of that.
My
that
hands
guy.
just got sweaty.
My hair just grew.
Me and the singer, we were a big band in Richmond, and we were kind of at that point where we were really trying to make it, which we were. So me and the singer went out to LA, and at the end of '89, I didn't even have a way out there or a place to live. So
That's most people.
I
Crazy.
lifted a ID from a guy I'm not proud of, a friend of mine in Baltimore. I can say this because I was a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went to Baltimore to party with him and steal his ID and come back because I used his ID with a company called Auto Drive-Away where you deliver a vehicle. And they had a vehicle that was getting delivered in San Francisco from D.C. So now we had a car, and we just needed like $200 for gas. And we drove there and just winged it.
Wow.
That's insane.
How long did it take for you to get on your feet there?
I don't know if I ever
weeks?
did. We would go out at night. It was like a job. You better find a woman that can help, or a friend. But is there a woman out there that could maybe help a guy out?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we kind of were jumping around playing that game
Couch
for a while.
surfing. Yeah. I actually have a story about that. I'll tell real quick. In college, there was this band, and me and my best friend at the time, Janelle. Hi, Janelle. We're still best friends, but she lives far away. We met these guys in a band, and we went out together to a bar afterwards. And then they were like, "Can we crash with you?" And I'm like, "You're not crashing with me. I don't know you."
That's what we did.
Yeah. And he got really mad.
Yeah. He's like,
But
"Is
yeah.
it time? Can we get back out?"
I know, right?
Yeah.
But I'm trying to think. Did I answer your question? I guess.
Yeah. How you got out to LA?
Yeah.
And
What
how
year
long
did
were
you say was that again? I'm sorry.
I was out there the whole decade of the 90s.
Okay.
Slash from Guns N' Roses in 98 poached my singer from my band.
Wow.
he was-
Tell us more about
Well,
that.
he would come out. When you play in Hollywood, you're going to see an actor or a musician. It's cool. You get used to it.
Yeah.
So seeing him, and I kind of was in that scene with people who were friends with him. It was cool, but it wasn't unexpected. But
Right.
then when he was at another show right after that, and then at the third one, it was like my dumb ass finally realizes he's standing there looking at my singer, who was an amazing singer, Rod Jackson. And as soon as we got off stage, I was like, "Is he talking to you?" And he's like, "No, man, he's not." No. Yes. I'm like, and I understood, because that's pretty big.
Yeah.
A pretty big
Yeah.
opportunity. So I was like, well, get
Hell
me in.
yeah, he has to do
So I
that.
started trying to get in on rhythm guitar. That didn't work out. But so yeah. And he did an album and a tour with him. So
Wow.
yeah. Slash's Snake Pit, Ain't Life Grand.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
So
Yeah.
you got to meet Guns N' Roses.
Yeah.
What was that like?
I mean, I could tell you some stories.
We want to hear
that
one.
I
Tell
will-
one.
One
Well-
small one.
Well, I did.
big one.
Well, I got an audition to play with Slash in that situation.
Oh, that's awesome.
Because Ryan Roxy from Alice Cooper was going to be the second guitar player, and then all of a sudden, Rod came to me and was like, "He's not going to do it. I can get you an audition." So I came in, and Rod had gotten clean, and I hadn't gotten clean yet. So the awesome story here is Slash was clean. He'd cleaned his life up. He wouldn't play with me because of my problems. Slash,
Right.
Wow.
yeah, it's kind
kinda cool.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. Like Slash was like, "You're too much trouble, bro," and he knew and honestly, he knew I was best friends. And it's like, I'm gonna drag him down
Yeah.
before he lifts me up. It wasn't the right time, but I used to always make jokes of that. Slash, said I had a problem. So
Yeah. Wow. You're a rock star.
yeah,
I know. Well, we want to hear way more about that. That's why Jason will be joining us again to go deeper into his wild
star life.
rock star history and also history with addiction and stuff. We really want to
And
hear more about
overcoming it.
that.
awesome.
But let's move back to Richmond.
Yeah.
When did you move back here?
2000. Yeah, right around 2000. Yeah.
And did you already know Mike, or you guys just met?
That's an interesting
Yeah,
story.
tell us
because
that.
I came home very jaded, typical. Come back
Yeah,
from
right.
the big city.
Yeah.
And I was all
Too big for
You're
this
like,
place.
fuck
Right.
this
Yeah.
place.
Yeah, Richmond. And it had regressed at the time musically. Like there's a lot of DJs and stuff in clubs, so live music was kind of down, and I was jaded. And
There was like 2 bands here.
yeah,
I can attest.
and I was getting on my feet, so I was just a mess. But but also it was like I'm done. I'm damn sure not playing in a cover band or a bar band ever again. I am going to build a studio. I'm going to write music. That was my goal. And I sold a guitar pedal on Craigslist, and Mike was the buyer.
Oh.
Wow.
And I overslept meeting him in the afternoon, which I hate people that do that too. I never do that. And I was like, oh my God, I woke up. I can't believe I nodded off on the sofa. So I called him, apologized, and I'm like, I'm so sorry. I'll come anywhere. I don't care how far. You don't have to meet me. He's like, well, I got a gig tonight at Bar Louie in Short Pond. So I came out there, and his band, Doc Grin, which is kind of an earlier version of this band, same concept that Mike had, rap and, the whole mashup thing. And my wife came out with me, and we were like, damn, it's pretty cool, especially him,
Right.
And I
He's
sold
such a
him.
cool looking guy too. He's huge.
Yeah. Oh, man.
He's so tall.
He was horrible at knocking me around on stage when I first got in the band. I had to teach him some etiquette. Yeah. But he was amazing. I mean, he was already amazing then, and was playing with some good people, but it wasn't there, And I still wasn't interested. And the next day he called me up and said, hey, my drummer says you're a really good guitar player, and that's kind of one of her weak points. And I said, dude, I'm not interested, man. I don't want to be doing that, And he sent me a copy of all the gigs they had for the year. And it was very organized. And I was like, damn, that's a pretty good side hustle in the money.
Yeah.
It was pretty good for then.
Right.
And my wife was like, why don't you do it? And I was like, what? You would let me?
I'd be allowed.
Because I'd shut that door.
That's
and
a
I,
nice wife right there.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
awesome. And all of a sudden, because of him, because I had a connection to him, I was like, well, check it out. And we got together. We were both like, we're going to make this thing badass, or I'm not going to do it. And he was the same way, because that's what I'm looking for. So, somebody else that's all in. And we were all in, and we just kept getting people that were all in. Good hang time as well. Just the right people. We've been through a lot, but it's been 12 years. And
God, that
And
long
I mean,
crazy.
he's
You
a
guys are
machine.
so freaking
It's crazy. So you've been together the same amount of time Big Daddy and I've been together.
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's cool.
And it
12
can
years.
seem short or long depending on
I know,
Yes.
yes. Depending on the day.
Right, the day. Yeah. It's not all one or the other. I mean, we get along. We've gotten at it before, but I mean, we just both,
Band drama, baby. Gotta love
but
it.
not a lot of drama. I mean, just both working hard
Yeah.
and just a lot of ideas and grit, just trying to figure stuff out.
Sure.
More of that than we definitely are. This band doesn't have any drama.
Oh,
at
that's
all.
good.
Wow,
Thank
there's a
God.
lot of people in your band.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I'm surprised because every band seems to have drama.
Yep.
Well,
Because
if
you're
it-
all guys.
If it no, it's because you got a foundation
They're
that
the
doesn't
worst.
have it.
Oh, yeah.
And if it comes in, keep moving.
Yep.
And there's a lot of good people out there. Good people
true.
attract good people.
Yep.
And if it doesn't work, like I said, well, keep moving. We're not going to,
Yeah.
we're not going to affect the whole
Yes.
barrel of
And it's
apples.
not worth it if you're miserable. It's just
not
not
worth
worth it. And it shows on the stage.
Yeah.
Yep.
It really
Yeah.
does.
It totally does. And if we're a party band, as you know,
Oh,
and when we
yeah.
aren't
Yeah.
happy and we're having to do that, it's the worst, Trying to entertain people and telling them to have a good time and you're not. is
Yeah.
not-
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
Not
Come
fun.
on. Yeah,
Not
I can
fun.
see
It's very
I
hard.
think the audience can tell too if you're not having fun.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And for us, it's happened, but not because of drama, because of technical difficulty. Like we've had major,
yeah.
major. Can I don't want to.
Yeah,
Yeah,
swear.
you can.
Major shit going on that people don't know, of stuff not working. We can't hear in our in-ear monitors or something. So we are all locked up. We're like, hey, having
Right.
a good time. And, we're
Yeah.
like, hearts are pounding.
Yeah.
So it can be, but that's rare. We got great sound guys and people. But
I recently just learned how to do sound for this musician. I've been doing it, and I had my first gig like a month ago, It did not go amazing at first, but it was my first time ever. But finally, I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's just being thrown to the wolves.
I was going to say the sound man can make or break the band,
Yeah.
too.
Oh my God, I remember
Oh my
Three
God,
Sheets to the
yes.
Wind.
Yes, they had some
Yeah, and they're amazing.
technical
No, they are
difficulties.
amazing. They were having technical difficulties the other night.
Well,
But
and
we
that's
still love you guys.
Yeah, we love
Probably
them. We
rare
love
for them, though,
Yeah.
because they do have a top-notch.
I was thinking maybe they used like somebody else's guy, or it was someone else's equipment, and they just didn't
Yeah,
have
Could
it.
be, yeah.
Like, you know, when you're changing setups between
And that was
two
no
different
shade
bands.
to Three Sheets. We freaking love that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I know that, but
Yeah.
so that probably was some weird situation.
Yeah, we thought it was like a cable. We kept
It
hearing
sounded like some
kind of
feedback.
crackling in the speaker, and
Yeah, it sucks.
yeah.
Really sucks.
Well, and there's no perfection in life. I mean, it could happen to anybody. So
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
things break,
it
things
happens.
go wrong.
For our listeners who aren't familiar, why don't you tell us like the concept of mashup, and then this is going to be a long two-parter, how you kind of also put that into Be Kind and Rewind.
Right.
Oh, and then one quick thing
Sure.
with that. Why Cozy Condition?
Yeah, that's kind of an enigma
I've always
right
wondered
there.
that.
Yeah, I know. We're the worst. We got a name that I'll explain it, but well, let me explain that. We added horns, and originally we were going to add a horn section. And a lot of bands that have horn sections, they have a name.
Sure.
So we were really wanting to push that. So I came up with the Cozy Condition, which is a lyric in one of Mike's things or something, and it fit. But then we ended up realizing that most of the gigs we were getting, we didn't really want
A full.
to pay them, to pay that many people, really. And it's like, so we're not going to have it all the time, and it didn't make sense. And then we're like, damn, we're going to change the name again.
Right.
But we rolled with it and don't say anything. And you're analyzing us, so therefore you want to know. But it seems like nobody they all call us the Mashup.
That's what I thought you were.
Yeah.
And then I saw on your website, I'm like, oh, who's the Cozy
Yeah.
Condition?
But we still have Kevin Duncan on sax, who is a real member of this band.
Oh
So
my God.
Oh my
he's
God.
amazing.
maybe
We
he's
love
the
him.
Cozy Condition.
He took care of Ashley.
Okay, when we were at Cheryl's wedding, what's his name? Kevin.
Kevin
he
Duncan,
drove Ashley and I home from the wedding, got us in our seedy
Oh, I remember.
motel
I'm
room.
surprised you do.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, believe me, they were hanging out at the
You-
door like it was a cruise ship when we came home.
You got the right guy, because
He was
Kevin
wonderful,
he's the
though.
best.
We don't
yeah.
need to talk details. He was wonderful, like absolute gentleman. And it was kind of a seedy motel where we
kind
were.
of. Jesus
and he
Christ.
I
made
remember.
Sure we got
I remember y'all
insane.
had the parking lot
Yeah.
had a lot of
We got
CD action
catcalled.
going on. Yeah.
Every time I
Merry
walked out,
Christmas.
they were in a room and I couldn't remember their room number. And he was still getting ready, and they were like, "Come down and have a drink." And
It
I'm
was
like,
like from-
yelling outside, like,
You know,
"Where
like
are ya?"
Beetlejuice when you go outside in the
Yeah.
Beetlejuice movie.
Oh my God! And
It
the
was like that.
sandworms, except the sandworms were these like. It was like 5 giant dudes sitting on the roof,
Saying
like,
Merry
"Oh
Christmas."
yeah, oh is it Christmas, Santa? Yeah,
yeah.
you came early."
I feel
I'm
like
like, God damn it!
Y'all were the drunkest people at the wedding. I mean, I'm not even trying to be,
My dad's listening.
That's quite a compliment.
It is. I mean, I was like, these days. I mean, y'all, oh, God.
We danced our asses off.
Let's talk about it
it's,
later.
it's good. Yeah, I'm sorry. Oh, and maybe it was a
People
little,
might have thought it was sweat, but it might have been a little bit. No, I'm just kidding.
we had that was a hell of a good reception.
That was one of the
Yeah.
best.
Yeah, that was a lot of
fun. Band-wise, the best wedding I've been to.
Yeah, it was. That was
I
incredible.
think we're built for weddings for sure.
So
And
much
we
fun.
love how
Moving around so much,
You're
yeah.
so interactive too. Like you come up to everybody with the mic. It's so fun.
Yep.
A lot of bands do not like doing any of that. I mean, they're like, you don't step on our stage, or it's our break time. We need our break.
right.
Don't
Snobs.
touch my stuff.
Don't talk to us.
Yeah, don't look me in the eye. I mean, even just like little bar bands, it's like,
Right.
dude, you're not a rock star, man.
Yeah.
But we do push it to the limit. I mean, we've had 15 people on stage before, which is,
Oh wow,
yeah.
that's a lot.
Yeah, Naveen, our friend Naveen gets on and sings "Don't Stop Believing" with you guys.
Yes, with the perfect
See.
voice.
Oh yes.
His pitch is phenomenal.
I thought
As he
about
would
him
say.
today. Yeah. Don't stop, believe. He just can't breathe, man.
He gets so excited.
I love him. He's
I know.
wonderful.
His energy
is
is
very
infectious,
good,
actually.
very good.
He's fun. But,
I'll
yeah.
answer your question, though. And everybody knows what a mashup is now. But honestly, when I met Mike, I mean, I could wrap my brain around what it probably meant.
Right.
But it wasn't that big, 12 years ago. I mean, it existed, but I had never seen a band personally that just mashed songs up ever.
No.
Maybe a little medley of, three.
Yeah, like 3 songs.
Yeah, 3 Aerosmith songs or something. It's kind of a mashup, but not weaving and dipping and doing what we do. So, I mean, I'm a rock and roll guy, but I fell in love with that.
Right.
And also Mike's hip hop thing. He's a rock guy too, but I liked hip hop, but I wasn't as in rap, but I wasn't as into it as I am now because the way we do it, it's just a beautiful thing. The way he, instead of a guitar solo in a rock song, he'll do a rap.
Yeah,
So
and it
cool.
keeps you on your toes for people who get bored easily. Like
They're like, what's coming next?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
You don't know. And I've seen people in the audience where they're like, their jaws are
face.
dropped because they're like, I cannot believe they, just took that turn.
Yeah.
So that's the concept of the mashup. And Be Kind and Rewind, it's we do a lot of 90s stuff in the mashup. We're just trying to become bigger. And, the mashups, the concept itself is not super promotable, like we're just saying a band's a mashup and everybody's coming. So we're like, man, we ought to do a 90s tribute. It's very specific. We could kill it. We want to get some girl singers and expand into that. And so that's what it is. It's the core. Everybody that's in the mashup is in Be Kind and Rewind. And then we added 2 female singers and a DJ and even another male singer singing country on if it's scalable, depending on the finances and how big.
Yeah.
And we've only done 3 gigs, and they were all sold out. And the Broadberry was very close.
Freaking love
And that was our first gig.
I know.
And
That's
if
crazy.
the mashup played there, and I know it would be a success, but it was, the concept and the picture of this band and what we're doing is just, it's going to be another level.
So how'd you come up with that name, the Be Kind and Rewind?
Mike, I mean, how old are you?
I'm only 29.
I was going to say she probably
She
doesn't
doesn't
really
know.
remember what you're
Well,
talking
we
about.
we had to go to a
I
store
was
to
a
get a
baby.
movie.
Yeah.
We had to
Yes.
go to Blockbuster.
Yeah, I know Blockbuster.
I can smell it now as you're saying.
Yes.
I've been to a Blockbuster.
Okay. Then it says on the sticker they put on,
Be
Be Kind and Rewind.
Yep.
Because they want it ready
My
for the next
grandpa
person.
rewound all my stuff.
They had rewinding machines.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
So
had a
that's the
rewinding
name.
machine.
And it instantly, for most people that are, they're like, you get it. And, so it's just a lot of, we got videos playing of 90s videos and 90s nostalgia. And, we're going on to play a set and there'll be Happy Gilmore, the fight scene with Bob Barker.
Yeah, I love that movie.
Yeah. So we
That's
play
awesome.
that and stand there off side stage while so it helps the crowd, it brings you back. Like, I remember all this,
That's all. I did not know that about the name.
Yeah.
I love that name. That's incredible.
Yeah, so
You
Mike got
child.
that
You
one.
child.
I was a little girl.
Oh my God, I love that. I know, I want to see you guys, but we'll get to upcoming dates.
Yeah,
later.
you will love it.
I do want to know, for our audience, I know the answer, but do you write any originals?
Yes. We're still, like I said, before I met Mike, that's all I was about. He's been in a lot of original stuff too. So we never shut the door on that. We got the mashup rocking and we started writing. We have to. We cannot just, even though it's not a typical cover band, we write. So yeah, we got music's on all the streaming platforms, Spotify and Apple and all that. I think we have 12 songs on there now. And 5 million streams right now.
Wow.
So, which is not
awesome.
easy. It doesn't mean a lot like success in some regards, but it is not
That
easy
is
to even get there
huge.
because you can just
Huge.
you can be a pebble in the sea, in a grain of sand in the sea, putting your music on there. So it's kind of building.
And is this your full-time gig, like everybody in the band?
Work wise,
Yes.
I do male exotic dancing in old folks' homes.
Really? Any in Richmond?
He'd be stripping in the evenings.
It's just my audience is like 75 and older.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm really gullible.
So yeah, everybody's got a job. I mean, everybody does stuff. I don't. Well, I have a recording studio. I had a home improvement business that's on the slow. So I'm trying to do more music. I'm the main guy in the band that's
Doing
that
music.
doesn't have a full-time job, but But we all work our ass off one way or the other. So
Damn.
I was going to
That's a
say
lot.
that leads me to my next question. How did you end up opening the studio? What's it called? What do you book there? How can we support you?
I worked in studios my whole life. Even some in Richmond, LA. The whole time I was there, I worked at the Rocket plant and some others. That was the biggest one. Starting off as a gopher. But so that's my thing. So trying to build one right it's taken till now. I mean, I would have done it 20 years ago, but money-wise, I just didn't have it. So I just saved and finally built Soul Shaker Studios. If it doesn't shake your soul,
Then you better give up on rock and
Right.
roll, bitch.
and it doesn't in anything, cooking, whatever.
Right.
Put some soul into it. So I built it. Took me 2 years, and I built it mostly myself because I'm a contractor. And I've been open about a year now. We do it all. I got bands coming in. I got singer-songwriters that need musicians put around them. A lot of bands do record at home now, but they can't get good drum sound. So some bands will come in and just do their drums there and
That's a good
take
idea.
their files and go home. Cause
It's hard to have good acoustics in a lot of places.
Right. But you can, though, in this room right now, you could mic a guitar amp with this mic up close and get pretty damn good results because it's right on it like us. But drums would sound horrible.
Yep.
So true.
So there's a lot of that. But I'm doing some complete projects too. Poisonous Crew, I'm working on their stuff right now.
Oh, nice.
They're a Poison Motley Crue tribute band.
I've seen them play.
Yeah, and I'm mixing down their music. They came in, so that's something. And Side Piece.
What about Dead Serious? Have you heard about that?
Yeah, they're kind of the
They're
same
wonderful.
thing, but younger. Yeah, the singer waited on me at a restaurant the other night.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, wow.
I love seeing them. They're fun.
I have not seen them yet, but I've seen clips and
It's
stuff.
cool to see like people that young into hair metal. Love
Definitely.
it. Love to
Yeah.
see it.
Yeah,
So where's the studio located?
in Hanover County.
And can you book online?
Yeah, you can go to soulshakerstudio.com. Excuse me, and reach me there. Yeah.
Nice. About how much would an hour-long session with one musician run you?
1 hour. Well, it's $35 an hour. I don't generally
That's
book
great.
1 hour.
No, I know. I'm just
I would
giving it
charge
for
you-
people that suck at math.
Yeah, but 35 an hour right now.
Okay.
They won't always be that, but
That's a great price.
It is. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, if you were recording a children's book, you could maybe do like 2 hours.
We should do an episode of Oh La La there.
I've done some voiceover stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, I had this corporation guy. He did some voiceover for a corporate thing, and came in because he was doing it at home, and they weren't quite reaching their
enough.
quality. The ambience thing we talked about.
Yep.
But
I know that's what's really hard because some past guests, we have to be like, please stop bouncing your leg.
Stop.
repeat it.
Into the mic.
Stop tapping on the table.
Yeah. Well, it sounds good here. You could. I mean, it's your house, but you could. Your dungeon.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
You could put some acoustic treatment in here if you want it, but then you might not like the look of
Yeah,
that.
probably not.
Well, Matt has it's the smallest bedroom upstairs. It's the one in the middle. Big Daddy. It's his studio, but it's just keyboards right now.
Yeah.
But eventually it would be fun to soundproof it and have like a small home studio. You know what I mean?
I think you got something good already right here, though. You're fine.
Yeah.
We're not in some echo chamber.
No.
No, we're in the dungeon.
But the lava lamp is up there and the shag carpeting.
All the cool stuff.
Cool.
We only have the dungeon dog down here. No.
we should do
Invite
the
me to your
studio
bedroom.
That's for after the show.
What are some of your favorite places to play in Richmond, or favorite show memories, maybe?
Well, we're playing tonight at JJ's Grill. Of course, won't be tonight when people hear this.
Yeah.
Or are we supposed to be live?
No.
We don't lie
You
to
play
our,
there often
Do we lie to
enough.
our friends? Yeah, we play. Henry's great, and we love that place. It's a small place, but we love that. We play the Poorhouse. We play Uptown Alley. We play
The Ranch.
Both American Ranches. What's that bowling alley at Boulevard? and Broad?
Uptown.
Not Uptown. the
Oh,
one,
River City.
River
Yeah,
City
River
Roll.
City
We
Roll.
got gigs coming up there.
Yeah.
And we do a lot of weddings and corporate stuff and campgrounds. And,
Ooh, campground.
yeah, and in private parties. We did one recently that was pretty sketchy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do tell.
Do tell,
Just
yeah.
Is it at the
there was
motel?
some hillbillies that might have been smoking crystal meth in the woods.
Uh-oh.
I don't know.
Yikes.
It was disturbing, but fun to watch as long as we could get out of there without getting beat up or something.
It's like the safari.
Yeah. Did your sister come with you?
No.
Your sister?
Is this a family reunion?
We love it all, but
Yeah,
yep.
there's always sights to be seen.
Yes.
Yep.
Everywhere you go. I do have a question about music. Is there any advice for musicians trying to take their music to the next level? Do you have any advice for them?
No.
All right.
You're on your own.
Well,
Yeah,
the
right.
advice is, man, if
Don't
there,
do
if there
music,
was
no.
something I could tell you in a sentence or two that answered that question, I mean, it just isn't. Other than, try to be with the right people. But there's no one path, and if I knew that answer completely, I would be on another level than I am. It's always a fight. But I think what do you put into it? Do you think you're just going to mess around and something's going to happen?
Right.
Because people work their ass off, and it's it's one notch at a time.
People
End up
move
going
across
nowhere.
the
Yeah.
Right.
People move across the country with $200 and a fake ID.
Right. You do what you do. So, you're going to work hard. When people look at stars and think they all just fell into it, and I know that some of them aren't likable, but they probably work their ass off no matter who they are,
Right.
So it's a lot of timing and who you link up with business-wise.
Mm-hmm.
So all that's going to happen on their own. I can't, there's not an answer other than you better.
That's just fate.
And you
Yeah.
better be willing to love the journey and not have to have an exact destination, because otherwise you'd probably be unhappy.
And you
Life
gotta
advice.
love what you do.
You got to love it, yeah. I mean, we love it. There's a lot of bands that, there's probably I think there's a fair amount of bands that do weddings and stuff that are just getting paid. Not all, of course, but I mean, we freaking love it.
You can tell.
No,
Yeah.
you guys are the best wedding band, literally, and
Yeah.
I've seen a lot.
I mean,
A
it's
lot of my friends have been married multiple times.
Yeah.
And you guys are the best.
Yeah, I think
Remember
that-
jump around?
I think the crowd just gets more into it
Yeah.
because they're there to drink, have fun.
Yeah.
They're all having
You
fun.
like
a
rile
good
us
time.
up.
You got all these people, you got kids and grandparents. How are you going to please them both? You do a mashup that's, got My Girl from, the 60s
Yep.
with Justin Timberlake.
Oh,
You just
yeah.
satisfied both, and
amazing.
you're supposed to be catering to all those people.
Right.
So it's not easy to do.
And
They also are nervous. People go to weddings and it's kind of like, when are we going to just loosen our ties? And
Yeah.
that's our job right there. So
Of course,
We
Cheryl's
did.
wedding was loose.
yeah,
Yeah,
that wedding
we
was a little loose.
took our heels off and put them upstairs and we're barefoot.
My favorite though was when during their vows he had a little tear and she was like, "You're crying."
I wasn't at the
Yeah,
ceremony.
that was good.
Oh man, she's like,
She's hilarious.
She's so funny.
that's great.
Love you both, Cheryl and Brett. I'm sure you're listening.
They are
You
li-
better
they will-
be.
they will
Damn
be,
it.
right?
The happy
Listen.
newlyweds.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Those crazy kids.
That's crazy kids. Well, tell us about what you have coming up soon.
Well, we got. Let's see. I'm gonna put my glasses on tonight, which that won't,
I know, right?
Yeah, that won't work.
Get in your DeLorean. Go back in time
Yeah.
when you're listening.
Be Kind and Rewind is our focus. July 6th, we're playing up in Wintergreen. Big thing, big festival that's like thousands of people.
Oh my
Wow.
God. Do you have to buy tickets to that?
No,
What's the name of the festival?
I don't have it.
Well, we'll link it in the show notes.
I think.
No,
it's
well, I'm
kinda-
like, I kinda wanna
yes.
go.
Yeah, you'll do a link, and then I think it's kind of their. I want to say their July 4th celebration, but I'd be 100%
All right.
wrong. I'm an
Wintergreen.
idiot. Mike's gonna kill me. July 20th, we're playing the Great American Ranch, the Midlothian location, which will be the first time Becon's been
Oh,
over
cool.
there.
Oh, cool.
August 3rd, we're playing the New Realm Brewery down in Virginia Beach, which is a hot spot down there.
Ooh.
And that's, we have a few more further down, but that's what's coming up.
How can our followers support you?
Hmm.
Where can we find you on social media?
Well, we're on Facebook, Mashup and Cozy Condition. Same with our website. If you put that in, you'll get our website. And,
Cool.
And I'm not up on all that as much as Mike, but we are on all the other Twitter and you tell me what
X
they
and
are.
Instagram.
Instagram, yeah, Instagram's. We got a good Instagram
Yeah.
going. So yeah, Mashup and Cozy Condition, and Be Kind to Rewind, both of them.
Cool. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, link it all up.
And I just found the information. It's actually it's a multi-day music festival at Wintergreen. And on the 6th, they have stuff going on like all day. But
That's right. I knew all that.
Oh, it's the July Jubilee at Wintergreen.
yes, it's the July Jubilee. So everyone check that out. I'm like, oh, we're in town. Maybe we should drive up there for the day.
Real quick, because I didn't give any mashup, on the 12th, a week from today, July 12th, River City Roll.
Oh, sweet.
The
Yeah,
mashup.
we'll be there.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll be home yet, but Liz
You
and
should
Matt
come
will
back
go.
a day early and come.
And the following week, JJ's Grill. There you go.
Hi, Henry.
So I've got a question. How many songs do you know?
Oh, Lord.
I mean, man, I think we have a couple of hundred listed in our
On your website? Or-
yeah, in our promo too, like with for weddings and stuff that people can pick from.
That's cool.
Could we really play them? We'll fake them.
Fake it till you make
Mash
it,
up
babe.
the parts you don't know.
We damn sure got a lot of songs though. And some mashups are like 7 songs. Not that that's a lot, but just the mashups are real intricate. But I mean, probably 100 that are for real that we could play right now, and another 100 that if you've had a few beers, we'd be just fine.
We'd be dancing and maybe peeing.
Liz was, not me, Dad.
So that's the beauty of the looseness of what we do. I mean, we're not trying to do an exact. We can do an interpretation of a song that's exact, but I mean that's just
Boring.
we want to put our own thing on it anyway.
Nobody wants to hear an exact song anyway.
Right?
No.
Yeah. It's
Even
enough.
the artist who wrote the song doesn't do that in concert.
Oh,
Yeah. So
They're
we
not like on the recording. I hit a C here and then moved to an A, so I must do that every time.
right. We improvise.
Yeah.
We could be playing This Is How We Do It, and one night our keyboard player started playing Riders on the Storm by the Doors, and that's a long ways away
That's
from
cool.
This Is How We Do It.
Yeah.
And it was like all of a sudden we looked at each other, Riders on the Storm, and then go right back. This is how
That's
So
awesome.
We're willing to just nobody's uptight, and some people in bands are like, "What are you doing?"
oh yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
We're
a
like,
few.
"Jam, baby."
That shows your skill, though.
Yeah.
You were freestyle jazzing it pretty much.
Right. Yeah. I love it. I love doing that.
Love it.
Is
So
it time
inspirational.
for Big Daddy?
Yes, Big Daddy. Time to move on. Thank you, Jason. He'll be staying with us for the rest of the episode, though.
Thank you.
Drop it.
All right, guys.
Big
I've
Daddy.
got some. I've got some tips on beating the summer heat in Richmond. And so Richmond has been experiencing some extreme heat lately the past couple of weeks with temperatures soaring nearly over 100 degrees.
It even melted the
Yesterday.
gun hole. No.
So tip number 1 is obviously stay hydrated. You gotta
Liquid
drink.
IV.
You got to drink 8 glasses of water a day even if you aren't thirsty. Avoid sugary drinks. Drink electrolyte beverages or powder like Liquid IV or Pedialyte. But, Gatorade and Powerade come in sugar-free varieties. So,
Use those.
I
for the
love
build, all right?
2024. They have everything.
so limit your time outdoors during the hottest part of the day, typically between 11 a.m. and 4 p.m.
Oh.
And wear sunscreen to avoid getting burned. Might be an obvious one.
Elementary.
These are all revelations.
I've
blowing
never
my
heard this
mind,
shit
Matt.
before.
Limit time outside to 30 minutes at a time to avoid heat stroke or dehydration.
I think not.
It's true. It was so hot the other day. I usually walk for my lunch break, and I actually was like shaking when I came back in. It was so hot. This was yesterday.
Yeah, it was horrible yesterday.
But I was hell bent on getting my walk in. So.
And so what did you do? You hydrated
And complain to you.
Yeah, that's step number 6.
and so what are some places in Richmond to cool off? And the obvious one is the James River. And so there's a pony pasture next to Huguenot Bridge, Belle Isle Park, and there's lots of places to lay out on the river rocks. Texas Beach next to Maymont Park, although beware of some of the perverts that have been sighted.
This is the first thing I thought about.
I've seen
What?
them there.
Yeah,
Explain really quick.
There have been masturbators.
Oh my God! I
Maymont?
saw a guy. I saw a guy pleasuring himself.
Jerking off.
Yes.
I don't do it as much down there.
Oh, okay, good.
You have a new
I
spot?
got some spots, but I don't want to put them out
Okay.
there.
You're like, I only do it in Libby Hill up high.
That'll be the big reveal on another show.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, I do think it's a cool place to go, but I mean, don't go down there just by yourself, probably.
Yeah, that's,
Have a couple of friends with you,
I agree.
and you'll be fine.
So also, you can go fishing in the James in Caro's Landing and Huguenot Flatwater Park, and you can go kayaking or tubing on the James, which is a fun thing to do.
Beware of snakes.
And there's also your own backyard. And so, speaking of which, Liz and Olivia they recently bought an inflatable pool, and they cooled down. It was how would you describe it? A pink.
It was a pink Barbie baby pool.
It was giving Malibu Barbie, baby.
Yeah. We were two babies in the kiddie pool.
That's right.
But the thing is, the water was freezing because it was just.
And it worked.
Well, it cooled us off, that's for sure.
And other options are, of course, a slip and slide, misting fans you can have in your backyard, and margaritas.
Yes.
Oh, I like that one.
And next up is you can go to the local pool. And so, if you're a member of the ACAC, they have,
just
Well, some
there.
of us don't have money, honey.
I was there
so
with
what
Sarah.
do we do if we ain't got no green?
and if you ain't got no green, you can go to the public pool, which
right.
is another option.
Is it free?
It is.
Yeah. So
Dang.
there's a Blackwell Pool in Manchester.
That one's highly rated. I haven't been, but we should go.
There's Hotchkiss Pool, which is in North Richmond. I don't know about that one.
I haven't been to that one.
And Randolph Pool.
I have been there.
That is obviously in Randolph. And Liz, what would you say?
It's right near the exit for I want to say 3rd or 4th Street. If you're going on the downtown expressway downtown, it's over on the right. They have tennis courts. I played tennis there once, and I saw the pool, and it looked nice. I mean...
And there's, moving on, there's also your local watering hole. And so this could be a dive bar such as the Locker Room. Or it could be, your local establishment such as Patrick Henry Pub or O'Toole's. Those are neighborhood bars.
I've been to all of those. Yeah.
You can go grab some ice cream at Gelati Celesti to cool down. And also there's Maymont Park. And this is kind of an interesting fact about the koi ponds. They have some of the oldest fish in the U.S. up to 100 years old.
Oh my God, I didn't know that.
That's a good one.
And so, if you haven't visited the koi ponds, it's a great place.
Well,
the Japanese gardens.
Broken up with once over there. That was fun.
At the koi pond.
Take you for a nice romantic walk.
Yeah, and he literally held my hand the entire way, and I had just given him the best freaking old-timey photo me and my friend had ever taken.
I thought you were about to say something
I had
else.
on a really cute, bustier. Yeah, no, get y'all's minds out the gutter. But, he broke up with me. Fine, asshole.
that's bizarre.
Now,
Anyway.
what about Water Country?
Oh, yeah.
Water Country.
Is that on the
No,
list?
that's not on the list, but that is a great idea.
That's my favorite one.
So how far is that from Richmond?
Like 40 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's near Williamsburg.
Yeah.
And so that concludes Drop It On Us Big Daddy.
Thanks, Daddy.
Thanks, Daddy.
Thank you, Daddy.
And next we have our upcoming events. Of course, don't forget what Jason told us about his upcoming gigs. And then I wanted to remind y'all, you have another month or so to go see the Samurai Armor collection at the VMFA. My dad went a couple weeks ago and he said it was very interesting. And then my nail guy, Anthony, shout out Diva Nails. What? Yep, he did my Pride nails. Pretty cool.
Nice.
I think y'all saw them. But anyway, I digress. You can go there if you're a member. You probably already have your ticket. But if not, adults are $15. Seniors 65 plus are 12 and youths are 10. All right, next up we have July 3rd trivia night at Benchtop Brewing. That's a recurring event, so y'all, the regulars probably know all about it, but it's a fun time. I love Benchtop, don't you?
do.
I
It's
do,
wonderful.
yeah.
And then, of course, we went over in our last episode, y'all please reference it for all of your July 4th fun and frivolity. But one other one I don't think I mentioned was Quirk. They're having the Red, White, and Rosé Bash on their rooftop. Tickets are $20. Get them while they're hot. And then if you still need to cool off, go see Shades of Grey playing at the Tobacco Company on July 5th and 6th, 9 o'clock to midnight.
We love it there. Tobacco Company.
Tobacco Company. We love you, and we love all your live music.
Supposedly they make an excellent espresso martini there.
We're going
Yes.
to try them on Monday.
Tuesday.
Oh, Tuesday.
See you next Tuesday.
Excuse me.
Olivia, you got another
Yes,
event?
I do. These are some great causes. So it's a long ways away, but make sure you snag your early bird table tickets now for the 15th annual Pets on Parade put on by Fetch-A-Cure. Fetch-A-Cure will return to the gorgeous Main Street station in downtown Richmond for its 16th celebration of the Pets on Parade benefit and auction. Voted the top 3 best local fundraising events by Richmond Magazine, Pets on Parade hosts over 600 people and their furry family members.
Yay.
This is by far the most fun guests will get to have at a charity auction. So, attendees, this is why you want to go. You will enjoy delicious local cuisine from some of the Richmond's best restaurants, signature cocktails, a varied silent auction with something for everyone, and a spirited live auction at Fetch's biggest fundraiser of the year. Funds raised help support Fetch-A-Cure in their mission to further pet cancer awareness, education, and treatment, and provide financial support for ongoing programs, including Companions in Crisis and Pixie's Pen Pal Rescue Program. We will link everything in the show notes, and they're also doing another event, and this one ends soon, so you want to get on it. This is cool.
Yes.
Fetch-A-Cure has partnered with Brambley Park to make a custom wine bottle label
Shout out Carter Snacks.
on November 15th for the Pets on Parade. The winner of the raffle will win a custom digital pet portrait by RVA Rob Wooten, who is this amazing artist in Richmond. And it'll be featured on the wine label, and it will be bottled as the official wine of Pets on Parade.
That's so cool.
yeah.
Wow.
Boudreaux, I can
has to
see
get-
you on that wine bottle.
So
too.
raffle tickets can be purchased, 1 for $25, 2 for $50, 5 for $100, and 30 for $500. And the contest closes at noon on Friday, July 12th. So definitely participate. We will link it all in the show notes. Please participate. This is going to be so cool.
Yes, so much fun.
And who doesn't want to end pet cancer? Come on.
I know, seriously. I'll be buying at least one, if not
I'm going to buy one
multiple.
too.
And I'll get my fam and friends too as well. I.e. all you listeners out there.
Business of the week.
Yes. Midtown Yoga. Their mission is to meet you exactly where you are, whether you're brand new to yoga or you've been practicing for years. Like me, haha, not really. Their classes will challenge you both mentally and physically and offer you tools to take yoga into your everyday human experience. And they're having a really amazing deal right now. $25, you get 10 days of unlimited classes, and those classes go from your traditional, you've been taking yoga for years, yoga class. They have an introductory class. They also have a strength training class.
We did a My Hot Flow, which was like a blend of different experience levels. So
Yes, and it was
It's
hot.
10 visits for $25.
yeah.
No, it's actually unlimited visit over 10 days for
Oh.
$25.
Yeah. That's
So
still
you
well,
could even better. You could take like 2 yoga classes a day for 10 days, and it would be $25.
And luckily, the heat advisory is over because Liz and I took a class, and it was wonderful, but it was during the heat advisory.
I have done it. I've done hot yoga. I did about 5 sessions.
Oh, okay,
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it.
It's extreme.
too.
Oh my God, I
You just
got
have to give in.
so limber that I ended up doing 2 back bends, and I haven't been able to do that in a
Wow.
long time.
I used to take hot yoga at Hot House Yoga on Broad, and it's a wonderful place. But this place is really cool too. They have mood lighting, so as the intensity of the class increases, the light gets more intense, and then it goes back to like a softer shade. It's really
Right.
cool. And it's cool with the heat because it's like a spiritual experience.
Yeah.
And they have a curated
Yeah.
playlist going, which I liked. They give you mats. They give you non-slip mats, like that go on top of the mats.
Complimentary with your first class. After that, there's
Yeah.
a rental fee, but
It's not much.
and then also what I really loved was at the end of class they brought around
Lavender towelettes.
Yes, that were
Nice.
cold, ice cold compared to your body
Yes.
that was
I looked
drenched.
like a slime.
Walk out of there. I feel like a success for me.
Oh, yeah.
'Cause I would get 3/4 of the way, and every time I ever did it, I was very close to walking out.
Yeah.
But I would stomach it, and then you get a second win where you can make
feel
it.
so
Yep.
And
accomplished.
you walk out of there and just
Feel amazing.
Yeah, it's hard. It's tough. It was honestly, it was a workout. My heart rate on my Fitbit went up so much.
I burned almost 300 calories in
Wow.
an hour.
I stopped, and I should have gone back, but the 5th time, somebody in their session had a severe hygiene problem.
Oh,
Oh
God.
no.
And with the heat,
Oh my
Oh.
god.
first it was like giggles of like, just uncomfortable, like somebody's stinking up in here. And then it was just like, and I just, halfway through, I said, I'm good, and got up and walked out. And
Fuck this
everybody
shit
started
up.
laughing. And I'm pretty sure some other people, they just needed someone to go first. I just went, I'm good. I'm just
Right?
You're the
We
leader.
need the leader of the pack.
just messed up. So,
God, they should have kicked him out.
yeah.
But anyway, shout
all right.
out to Midtown
Yeah,
Yoga.
and that's probably a rarity. Sorry.
It smelled amazing in there the whole time.
The lavender.
There was a bunch of nice ladies in there.
Smelled like kitty litter.
No, it smelled wonderful in there. And they give
Yeah.
us these beautiful smoothies afterwards. They sell beer in there.
Oh my God, yeah, if you go
live there for 10
their,
days. I'm not leaving.
They smell
if
Richmond
you go
lager.
for their, I think it's their 4 or 5 o'clock class, they have happy hour afterwards because they're trying to build like a sense of community. And,
Yeah.
they've partnered with local kombucha they have in there as well.
They have really, really cute clothes in there to buy. Like by
I know, I
local
really
artists.
want to go back and get that,
That
crown.
lavender.
They are the hipsters of
Yes.
what are we talking about?
Yoga.
Carytown. Carytown Yoga.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was
so
great. We
go
love it
check
there.
out Midtown Yoga. And then, of course, our band of the week.
Is Be Kind and Rewind.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Go
Yeah,
check them out.
You're familiar with them, right?
I am.
We now
Entrenched
know
in
what
them.
it means.
You're never going to forget it now.
Nope. God,
Never
I,
gonna
should've-
give
I
you-
went to Hollywood Video as a kid.
Yeah.
That was my.
So you did,
Yeah.
but you caught the tail end of it,
Yeah.
I guess. Because it didn't go on for too long
Well,
before.
it did my whole childhood until I was probably like. It didn't go out of business in my hometown in upstate New York until I was like in high school.
Maybe you're a little
honestly.
dense. And just,
Yeah, I just never saw it.
It just never clicked.
I just never looked. And usually my grandpa would
You never rewind it.
everything.
You
I know, yeah.
I
you were
wasn't
one
kind.
of those people.
It's just very
I'm not kind.
And fan video actually was
Oh, yeah.
open
Love-
until
oh, God, I used to go
like
there
5
forever.
years ago, maybe, or 10.
I didn't know
I don't
that,
know. I'm
but I
stuck
used
in
to
a
go
time
there
warp.
back in the day. I love that
Yep.
place.
It was a good place. All
All
right.
right, shout outs, everybody.
Yes, give us the shout outs, darling.
I'm going to shout out Mashup and Cozy Condition, the horse
Yeah.
section, baby. Be Kind and Rewind, Soul Shaker Studios, Midtown Yoga, Fetch a Cure, Pets on Parade, Companions in Crisis Fund, Pixies Pen Pals Rescue Program, Main Street Station, Bramley Park, Richmond Magazine, and last but not least, pet portrait artist Rob Wooten.
And I will say a shout out to the VMFA, Bench Top Brewing, Quirk, Tobacco Company, Shades of Grey Band. Anything else, Big Daddy?
Gelati Celesti, The Locker Room, O'Toole's,
And all of the parks
and all
rec.
the, yeah, all,
And
yep.
The
Richmond
Pervert
and
Park.
Rec. Yes.
Jason, do you have anything you want to shout out?
Shout out to you guys for having me.
Thank you.
This is really cool.
This was really fun to have
I'll start
you on.
tuning in and I'll check it out.
Cool.
You
yeah.
Tell your friends.
I will.
Make sure everyone listening to please follow us on Instagram and Facebook. And look at our website. We recently made one, and it'll all be linked in the show notes. But just look us up. Oh la la, RVA.
Yes, and of course, follow Mashup and Cozy Condition, as well as Please Be Kind and Rewind.
Yes,
Thank
indeed. Thanks, guys.
All right. Thank you.
We'll see you next time with another great episode. We have on Emily Papkin, actually one of the instructors for Midtown Yoga. That'll be dropping later in July.
Woohoo! Check it out in the meantime.
Yep. All right. See you on the flip side, guys.
Bye.